Cool. This is called Biltong, B-I-L-T-O-N-G. It comes from, the Dutch settled in South Africa about 350 years ago. And this was their unique process in how they preserved meat for as they traveled across the country. It's unique in flavor, but really unique in that it doesn't use any heat or smoke. It's truly safely preserved using the ingredients you see right here. And South Africans just love it. Anytime you bring it, anyone that's been there is like, oh, I tried to get it home through the airport, and you know. So any South African out there will know exactly what I'm talking about.
What this is. Okay, well, let's get started now. We all want to know what it is, right? So talk to us.
And Biltong means rump strip in Dutch, just FYI. Basically, you want to start with, we use, this is just eye of round steak, eye of round. It's just a good cut of beef. This is beef. And what you want to do is cut yourself a piece about 1 inch thick, you say, you know, thick-wise, and then we're going to go 2 inches across the top. So first you want to trim the fat. Also make sure you use a really sharp knife. I'm going to go down about 1 inch there and come all the way through. Just be really, really careful. Okay. Then
take it and slice
we are going to go, about 2 inches. So for this piece, I'm just going to go straight down the middle, okay? And it could be longer. If your piece of meat, you know, was this long, if your biltong piece was that long, that would be fine.
And you can just cut more pieces out of it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I won't go through there, but you would see that that's what we would do.
Okay.
Then, as you want to do with any meat that you're going to marinate, you want to make sure that you dry it. Get out all the moisture. Any moisture in the meat is going to make the marinade have a hard time sticking. So that's true with our chicken at the restaurant. Or anything you do, right before you marinate.
That's an interesting fact. I don't think I do that at home. I need to try that.
If it's moist, it's just going to slide right off. And you really want the marinade to absorb into the meat. All right, now this is how we do it at home right now. We like to use plastic-coated paper clips as our hanging device. Nothing metal, because you don't want the acid in the marinade and the vinegar to react. But there's probably something better out there, but we like to use these. When you go to hook, now what we're doing is we're hooking our meat for hanging later. Make sure you go down about at least 1 inch.
And stick it right there.
Because as the meat dries, it's going to shrink up. So you want to make sure you give it enough room
to just hang like that. That's cool.
Cute, right? Okay. So you want to pre-do those. All right, so that's done. Now what you want to do is marinate the meat. The marinade for biltong is made up first of, garlic is my favorite flavor of our sauces. So first you want to do about 2 ounces of DeChico's Peri Peri garlic. Then we've got 2 ounces of red wine vinegar, 2 ounces of white wine vinegar. See, a lot of acid here.
Mix it all together.
And Worcestershire, right? How can that not be good, right?
I know, I love that.
All right. Then we are going to just pour the marinade all over the biltong. And of course, we're going to try to make sure we get it all over it. We're going to flip it over.
Make sure we get it on both sides.
Both sides, dredge it, And again, you just really want that acid and all the flavors to soak into the meat, which is what a marinade's doing.
And we're leaving this in here for about 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes is all.
Okay, well, we're going to do that. We're going to let it sit for a little bit, but when we come back, we're going to continue with this biltong beef jerky recipe. We'll be right back. All right, where are we at? Okay. Now, I know we said we already soaked these, marinated them.
These marinated for 15 to 20 minutes in the marinade that we made. And then what's left is we're going to have 2 different levels or 2 different series of spicing the meat. And then we're going to hang it, and then we're going to slice it.
All right there.
So the first one, we call it the pre-spice. Okay, so all we've done so far is marinated the meat, right? We've got a tablespoon of crushed coriander seed. If you just find the whole seed, you can just do it with a mallet, or I did these in a coffee grinder.
That's what you're telling me, to really grind them up in a coffee grinder.
Like where you grind the whole bean.
Right?
It makes it finer. This is Celtic sea salt. It's the only sea salt that I will ever use, so this is what I have used as the salt, and it's 4 tablespoons of that. Salt does act as a preservative, so that's really important for this stage of the pre-spice, as we call it. And this is a teaspoon of baking soda.
That's pretty interesting. Baking soda. Why would you be putting that in?
You know, I had to research that myself. And it's obviously we've put a lot of acid on the meat with the vinegar, which is necessary to preserve it. And baking soda helps to raise the pH, which it ends up, long story short, it's for flavor. To make sure that it doesn't taste too acidic. All right, so we've got our pre-spice made up. And what we're going to do is just coat both sides of the meat.
Put that on there. It
really
looks yummy already.
Yeah, get it all in. Right?
I'm sure you can do different flavors as well.
This is where you could change it up. If you wanted something more sweet, if
maybe
you wanted
lemon pepper,
absolutely, this would be the stage to do it.
Make it hot.
Just keep the salt the same, and keep the marinade the same. All right, so now let's pretend all of this is done on both sides. We're going to put it on a grate here. We're going to put this in the refrigerator overnight, 12 hours or overnight in the refrigerator. Cover it, but have it on a grate so any of the juices from the meat as well as the marinade can drip out overnight whenever you take it out.
Okay.
All right. So let's pretend that that's gone in the fridge overnight.
Okay.
And now it's back here. Okay. Then we are going to apply the post spice. It's very similar, just a little less salt. It is heavier on the ground coriander. Same thing, ground coriander seed.
Okay.
It's 2 tablespoons instead of 1 over there.
All right.
More black pepper and a little less salt.
So kind of go through the same process.
About the same thing. The only thing is we put it in the refrigerator. Exactly. And minus the brown sugar. Okay. And we had it in the fridge overnight. And then we're going to load it up one more time on each side. Okay?
Cover it up. That looks so good. Yummy.
And then this is my husband loves Biltong. And this is the box that he has made, and it hit me this morning. I maybe should have made a new one, but I did not. We love this Biltong box.
I love that.
And this will make you understand why we do the hooks. Okay, so now we've, marinade, pre-spice, post-spice, and now you are going to take each piece, little contraption that you can hang the meat, and it is going to stay in here for 4 to 5 days.
Isn't this so neat?
Right here, the main thing to think about is that it's not too hot and not too humid. And also, he put this beautiful netting on top. So about 4 to 5 days sitting like that. I was telling Anna, he hides the Biltong in our house.
He will hide the beef jerky, she was telling me, so that...
Or just not mention it, All of a sudden it's been made and now it's gone.
So it's all
hilarious. It's really, really good. But so in 4 to 5 days, this is a finished product. I just pulled this out of this same box this morning. You can take it and cut it into strips like this.
There you go.
Or you can take a piece like I have here.
Thin it out, right?
Right, just like this. And this is the traditional South African way that you will buy bags of this at any convenience store, at bakeries, and that's what we have right there.
All right, well, there you have it. That's awesome. We're actually going to get to try this. I cannot wait. But when we come back, Heather, you're also going to join us for this, for that, helping us make better or healthier choices, food choices. We'll be right back.